more of who we think we want to be, and to work together to make that happen. So for those joining us in person, it is wonderful to have you with us. Please be sure to maintain social distancing, as masks are now optional. And during the service, you may still sing along to the hymns and read along to any responsive readings that we might have. Those who are attending in person are invited to join us in the parish hall for hospitality that Randy Leeson has created for us. Our weekly gatherings are as follows. The women's group via Zoom on Wednesday at 7:30. See Kathy Santo, who is roaming around in the library as we speak. 7:30, see Kathy. And our men's group, see Tom Saluga for information as needed. Tom is here as well. Our spiritual growth circle will return on the 18th of June at 12:30 in the library. And just a note to that, and I'm going to guess that everybody is aware, next Sunday, June 18th, is our final service. And we have the good fortune that Darrell Berger is going to be returning to the pulpit. And as we know, because that is in the order of service, he is calling it How Unitarians from Staten Island Won the Civil War. So who could want to miss something like that? Because Darrell is Darrell, and then speaking on this particular topic has got to be a humdinger. I think transcendentalism plays its part in that as well. So hopefully we'll see everybody next Sunday as well. And I want to bring to your attention, I know an email went out to today's walk. I see Sarah is there. I think it changed up a little bit. So I know the note that I have changes the meeting place to the outdoor seating area of Main Street Coffee, 3728 Richmond Road in historic Richmond Town. But bottom line, Miss Sarah is here. So check in with Sarah D. And it's still, the walk is the same, but the meeting has changed and that kind of bit has changed. So good. Thank you for that clarity on an otherwise extremely clear and free-flowing Sunday morning for us. For those joining us online, we send special greetings to you. We hope you take a moment to introduce yourself in the chat box. And after service, you are all invited to a virtual coffee hour. For those joining us in person, as ever, we gently remind you to please quiet any device that you have that beeps or boops or does anything along those lines, and let us prepare for this morning's service. Our opening words are from William F. Schultz, The Mission of Our Faith. This is the mission of our faith, to teach the fragile art of hospitality, to revere both the critical mind and the generous heart, to prove that diversity need not mean divisiveness, and to witness to all that we must hold the whole world in our hands. So is our opening reading. For our chalice lighting, I will invite you to join me in our affirmation. You'll find that in your order of service as we light this morning's chalice. In our affirmation, we light this chalice in the search for truth and the spirit of love. We unite in worship and fellowship. As an extension of lighting our chalice, as we do each Sunday, I want to take a moment of silence to light 3 additional candles for the names of some of those who have been affected and afflicted by police brutality. We cannot cover all the names of those affected. We will be lighting a candle for the life of Isaac Holmes, for the life of Dwayne Carr, and for the life of Terrence Walker. May these lights be a symbol of our commitment to continue the work of racial justice and to proclaim that indeed Black lives matter. So please join us in singing opening hymn number 38, Morning Has Broken, and our erstwhile choir, led by Kevin, will lead us in song. Please stand as you are able. So thank you to the choir for leading us, and thank you to Joe Kubera, who's with us this Sunday as he was last week. We're certainly glad that he's here today, and we certainly enjoyed having you play for us, Joe. So thank you for being here. We're going to move into joys and sorrows. We invite you to share your joys and sorrows. If you are visiting us for the first time and you're comfortable doing so, please introduce yourself, whether you're here in the sanctuary or happen to be Zooming online. For those gathering in person, we invite you to raise your hand and stand where you are seated, and I will come around with the microphone to have you share your joy or sorrow, and we invite you to do the best to share what is in your heart. For those who are joining us online, we invite you to type into the chat your joys and sorrows. Ben will read them aloud, and we invite you to share what is in your heart. Okay, do we have any joys and sorrows today?
Susan O'Callahan, my 18-year-old grandchild Jack graduated from Carlsbad High School. John and I are in
Kevin Clark, as most of you know, my wife Carolyn, who's our regular artist, had cancer surgery about 2 months ago and started on several rounds of chemotherapy. We had her second round on Monday. They pump you full of steroids while they're giving you the chemotherapy. So afterwards, she had energy, more than she's had in quite a while, and she said, I think there's a Whole Foods close to the clinic, which is out in Middletown, New Jersey. So we went to Whole Foods and spent about an hour. It was huge. But it was great to see her up and about and enthusiastic. And the next couple of days she's been in bed. But it's progressing. Everyone I speak to says that chemotherapy does just sap you of all your energy. And that's what the case with her. It was a little better yesterday. She was able to get out and come out to the front porch and eat her dinner outside. She came back in the house and played her French horn for only the second time in the last 6 months, about 2 minutes before she got back. But it's fun.
My name is Rita. The good thing I want to tell you is I have 12 grandchildren, 11 boys and 1 girl. And my girl is studying medicine, and she's 21 this morning. And I'm going to have knee surgery in August. And I'll be 80 August 6th, so God has been good to me. And you will be coming.
I'm moving back up here. I don't know when, because I have to wait for my house to sell. But, in the community, started over, and at least I'm ready for that type of living, or the opposite. So glad to be back, and some of my friends, and thank you for remaining a church full of life still. Thank you.
Is that better? Yeah, that's much more better. Sorry. Coming over to Kathy.
Hi, I'm Kathy. I'm just very joyful that we have the walk today, and I want to thank Bonnie for arranging it. And on the way in, Sarah found these glasses on the sidewalk, so I'm just showing them in case they belong to anyone. I don't think they're prescription. I think they're just little plastic glasses. No? Okay.
Okay, coming over to Juliet.
I'm Juliet. I'm a member. All right, that's a joy. I can say that this week. My joy is that Trump was indicted. My sorrow is that Eileen Cannon has the case. But I'm happy to be here for now.
Coming over to Miss Virginia, one of our outgoing board members, along with Tom and John Mahoney.
Good morning, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here in person. Unfortunately, I've been so busy, but that's a good thing. I'm approaching 92 this year, and I'm glad I am still active. And it's good to see all of you.
Hi, everybody. For Rita, I just wanted to say that 11 and 10 years ago, I had both of my knees replaced, and it was the best thing I ever did. if you do all the exercises and PT that they tell you to do, you're going to be right as rain. I've been able to walk ever since, and at the point that I had those surgeries, I was about ready for a wheelchair. So it's really, it's like a miracle. The other remarkable thing is that not even 3 weeks ago, I had total shoulder replacement surgery, my right shoulder, which is my dominant arm. So I've had to take a hiatus from doing my graphic design work because I can't work on the computer fully yet. But I actually drove myself here today with, you know, this arm plus a little of this arm. And I'm not in any pain. I get some achiness, but the surgery went incredibly well. And if anyone is considering getting shoulder replacement surgery or knee surgery, do I have the surgeon for you at NYU? He did all 3 of these surgeries for me. Thank you.
I don't know if, can't even tell anymore between joys and sorrows some days. So I still have a non-walking dog at home. She's been home from the hospital. It was a week on Thursday. We went back to the doc. We're gonna increase her prednisone, speaking of prednisone. And we'll see. We'll see. So if we can coexist and if we can coexist well for her as well as for myself, we will just continue to persevere and see what the next week brings. And then because we're still waiting for the frogs and the locusts to fall, the smoke already hit us. A bottom tooth cracked off on Friday night. And I said, of course, that's the only thing that makes sense. So any other joys and sorrows today? All right, coming back to Kevin. There you go, my friend.
Carolyn has a very good friend here on the island that she met in a writing class like 15 or 20 years ago. And her name is Jean Rowland, and she turned 99 this past week. And although she doesn't get out of her house too much now, she and Carolyn write haikus to each other every night on the internet, on the computer.
Anything from home? Well, yeah, home, yes. You good? We had Suzanne, so we're good. And I see Mary in the back.
So my joy is that my husband is doing really well, and he's going to be performing his first gig since his operation this afternoon at Snug Harbor at 1 o'clock. But I don't want to be in conflict with the walk. So. And my daughter is coming home from Germany on June 28th, and she'll be here from the summer. For the summer, she got the internship she was looking to get with a neuroscience lab at University of Geneva. That'll start in September, but she'll be here until then. My sorrow is that my husband's aunt, who is 99 and would be turning 100 in September, who we are guardians for, appears to be getting ready to make her transition. And, you know, she got put on oxygen last night. And, you know, my husband's aunt, who is 99, who would be turning 100 in September, it seems to be ready to make her transition. And so we were told, she's like not on any medication or anything, and but they said they put her on oxygen last night, and she's, but she's not in any pain, and she's.
Okay. Any other joys and sorrows as I make my way forward? So again, we thank you, and we're always grateful for the joys and sorrows we have heard and that were shared with our community, and for all of those that have gone unspoken and still sit somewhere in your heart. May the attention and care we give each other and those beyond this space remind us that we are not alone. We'll now pause for some meditation. I will offer a quote to focus our attention, and then I will ring a lovely chime. At that point, I invite you to begin the meditation with 3 deep breaths. After a few minutes, I'll ring that chime again to ask you to come out of your meditation. And today's quote is from Ralph Waldo Emerson, and it's as follows: "Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." We will now take an offertory. An offering, we know it is the gifts of all of us that help support our ability to thrive and gather. For those attending in person, we invite you to drop your offering in the collection plate that's making the rounds with Tom and Randy. And for those who are online, there are links and instructions posted in the chat. You can mail us a check or donate through the PayPal giving page on our website. Please give as generously as you can. Our offerings will be gratefully received. And as we said, in lieu of our speaker, we're going to have some additional hymns, but we'll start them with our offertory hymn for the congregation, Spirit of Life, which is always a fan favorite. So please stand as you are able. Kevin will lead us in, after Spirit of Life, the additional hymns we're going to be singing, joined by the choir and accompanied by Joe. So Spirit of Life, please stand as you are able. Number 123.
and turn to number 1018. 1018. Switch back to the great hymnal now. Number 100. 100. Yeah, go ahead. I've got peace like a river. by the way, you all passed the audition. So welcome to the line.
Well, there we go, everybody. Now we're all totally warmed up. So by the time we move back for Randy's hospitality, we are going to be ravenous. So that's a good thing. And knowing it's Randy, I'm sure, like all our church members, we will not be disappointed. So good. And thank you to Kevin and the choir and to Joe for a little extra duty today, leading us in some additional hymns, especially some of our fan favorites. So that was a good thing. We'll move into extinguishing our chalice, and you can find the affirmation in your order of service. Please join me. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. For these we carry in our hearts until we are together again. And for our closing words today, we're going to share some of the wisdom of Wendell Berry, The Peace of Wild Things. When despair for the world grows in me and I wake in the night at the least sound in fear of what my life and my children's lives may be, I go and lie down where the wood drake rests in his beauty on the water and the great heron feeds. I come into the peace of wild things who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the day-blind stars waiting with their light. For a time, I rest in the grace of the world, and I am free. So is our reading from Wendell Berry.